One of the reasons I really enjoy working in a restaurant is bringing people to a table. You know, not so much the food itself, but certainly the culture that surrounds the dining experience. My mum, she always says she doesn't like cooking, but she's not a bad cook. But the thing that was important with her meals was being at the table. We had a strong culture of always sitting together as a family, and I think this restaurant is known for the experience within the dining room, but I think as time goes by, people are becoming more aware of the sustainability efforts that we put into the business. Farming organically 100%, you know, there's been no chemicals on this property since the day we took over. For me personally, being able to work at this level in an environment that is so natural, in an environment that's so clean and I guess green in a sense, you know, in the space of 2 or 3 hours, you're from the coast through rainforests, at waterfalls, and then on this side of the sort of hills, at farm gates or distilleries or restaurants, to be able to have that place to relax in and unwind in. I really like cooking seafood, and some of the best seafood in Australia is found in this region. Apollo Bay particularly, you know, it's the crayfish capital of Victoria, if not Australia. The most complex things that we put on a plate, people forget them, I guarantee, but they don't forget the service and they don't forget the way they felt, and no one ever forgets that.
This afternoon the fisherman's coming in, he's got over 400 kilos of lobsters. He's caught that 30 miles off Cape Otway, and some of those crays off the big reef you can put a saddle on. The best thing about all this is it's sustainable. Well, I mean, let's be honest, Bass Strait, Antarctica's not far away, no one lives there, no industrial stuff there, and then we're breathing all this lovely air in Apollo Bay. And the taste and the flavour coming out of our ocean, it's just fantastic. I've lived in Apollo Bay since I was 13, and I'm over 75, so to say that, and I'm still here, I haven't shifted. And when you come down, don't throw a shrimp on the barbie, throw a crayfish on the barbie. That's what you need to do. You need to live a bit.
What I like about this region is the vast differences in the seasons. You know, it's a totally different place in the winter than it is in the summer. I mean, if you want to see waterfalls, come to the Otways, you know, during the winter time. And we're not that far from civilization, you know. I mean, Geelong's only an hour's drive away. What I've loved doing here, for just over 20 years, I paraglided. Now, I've been to about 3,500 feet at Apollo Bay. When you're that high, you can look right over Cape Otway, and underneath you, you've got the waves smashing against the rocks. It's just magic. We have people who are just cruising around the Otways and they see a sign on the road saying, you know, pick your own blueberries. But we have some dedicated people that drive from Melbourne just to basically fill their car with blueberries. You just would not believe. Honestly, we've had people pick 100 kilos and put it into a 4-cylinder car with 5 people in it.
Forest is the hidden gem of the Otways. Aside from the natural beauty, which is really obvious, we've got a lot of great producers, winemakers, beer makers, chocolatiers. Forest was originally a timber milling town. There were lots of mills around the area. When that industry ceased, the government actually gave a lot of money to help build the trails, to give the town a new reason for people to come here. There's over 60 kilometres of trails and more funding's on the way for new trails in the future. So our guests really enjoy being right in the centre of town. You're between the 2 mountain bike trailheads, you're 200 metres from the brewery, you're just over the road to the general store, you've got this beautiful garden, you can sit and read a book. There's no TVs, so we disconnect and we enjoy nature, and it's just a really relaxing space to be in. If you've got a weekend or a day to spend here, you should really get out in nature, go visit a waterfall, go visit Lake Elizabeth, hit up some of the local cafes, go to the brewery, have a meal, and then come back and relax in our guest house. It's a great little escape.